What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Ango Show Live. We are live. We are talking about WWE Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Today it goes live at 2 p.m. Eastern, and this is a very, very big pay-per-view. If you're a longtime viewer of this channel, then you know how much I love the Royal Rumble. So I am geeked about today's show, and we're going to do our predictions. We're going to talk about it. We're all going to be interacting in the chat. So if you guys are interested, if you guys want to talk about the Royal Rumble, I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys make a big statement on the channel through the chat. We are also live. Excuse me. We are also live between YouTube and X. Got my Starbucks this morning. Nice little drink. Need a little bit of that energy. But I'm excited. Royal Rumble is literally my favorite pay-per-view next to WrestleMania. There's not a company that can replicate what the Royal Rumble does for me. I don't know. It's the childhood thing, right? You watch the Royal Rumble every year. You want to see some surprises. You want to see who wins. You make a big statement before WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania officially begins. And that's why I'm super excited. Now, this is obviously a smaller card. We obviously have the men's Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble. We also have Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. And then we have AJ Styles versus Gunther in the retirement match. So obviously that's a relatively big deal because we don't really know exactly what WWE is going to be doing here. And that's kind of the reason why I want to do a prediction live stream. And that's why there's just so much that WWE can do here that I think we're in for a big treat. I think we're in for some pretty big surprises and some things that people are unexpecting. And listen, I will kind of throw it out there. I think right now everybody's looking at Roman Reigns as the clear winner for the Royal Rumble, and that's very possible. But I think we might get something different. So we're going to talk about that, obviously. Just to make sure, can you guys all hear me good? Is everything looking good? Hearing you guys, the quality's A1. What are we working with? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Todd Crow, one of the members on the channel. He's here. You guys hear me good? Perfect. Okay, cool. So I think we're going to start off with Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship. A lot of people are excited about this one because I think it's a sure thing that Drew McIntyre retains. Can we all agree on that? Let me know in the chat. Can we all agree that more than likely we are going to see Drew McIntyre retain? Because I have a lot of things to say here, and I'm intrigued by a lot of things about this match. But I think it is safe to say that this is an easy prediction. This might very well be the easiest prediction to have because WWE is telling a story with Drew McIntyre. You want Sami to win? You don't understand why people hate Sami. Well, people hate Sami the same reason why they hate every wrestler. They flip-flop. That's the big thing. Wrestling fans flip-flop between wrestlers all the time. They love Sami Zayn, then they hate him. They love Drew McIntyre, then they hate him. They hate Roman Reigns, then they love him. They love Cody, then they hate Cody. Wrestling fans are pretty fickle when it comes to that, obviously. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think Drew McIntyre wins here. I predicted a year ago that Sami was walking out as the Royal Rumble winner. Technically, he could enter the Royal Rumble and win. But with WrestleMania 43 being in Saudi Arabia, gotta get those early morning yawns out of the way. But I think with WrestleMania 43 being in Saudi Arabia, I think they might push back plans for Sami to win the World Championship. You never know. But I think it is so easy to say that Drew is retaining. In fact, I would say if you want to play it safe without being creative for the sake of predictions, Drew retains, Roman wins the Rumble, Roman versus Drew at WrestleMania. That's the safest, easiest prediction that you could make. I say that though, because there was talks of Drew McIntyre being like the bloodline bounty hunter type character again. So Roman winning the Rumble versus Drew at Mania. Ooh, it sounds like the most logical thing that WWE could do here. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with WWE playing it safe when it comes to that. But that very well could happen. Keep that in mind, though. My prediction isn't that Roman Reigns is winning. So when we get to that match, I'll let you guys know who it is. But if you're playing it safe, WWE has Drew retain and Roman win the Rumble. And then we get a massive story between the two. I would not be mad against that, by the way. The reason why I like Drew versus Sammy, though, is I think back to Roman Reigns versus Cody at WrestleMania 39. Cody loses, goes through a year of adversity, and wins it next year. I think they're going to copy that with Sami Zayn, but it starts at the Royal Rumble. So I don't think Sami wins the belt now, but I do think Sami Zayn does become a world champion in WWE within the next year and a half. I think they're going to try to manufacture that underdog babyface story like they did with Cody, but they'll do it with Sami. So Sami would actually have to lose in order for that to happen. That's why I think Drew McIntyre winning is a great idea. I don't want to see Drew McIntyre win and then Sami enters the Royal Rumble. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember on SmackDown. Did they confirm on SmackDown or the Countdown show? Did they confirm when or what match is opening the card? Because I don't recall. Maybe they did. I don't recall WWE doing that, though. I don't recall WWE telling us. So maybe I am wrong. But Sami's been losing the big one. Yeah, he has. And that's okay. That's okay. My pick is Drew McIntyre. Second match, we got AJ Styles versus Gunther. This is hard to predict. I think everybody has a foregone conclusion that AJ Styles is done at Royal Rumble. Oh, man. This one is tough. As a massive AJ Styles fan, I cannot in good conscience predict him to lose. But it does feel like the writing is on the wall and that he's probably losing. So I have to be honest. My personal prediction, based on how I see WWE doing it, is Gunther wins, AJ retires from WWE, goes to AEW, goes to TNA, and then comes back to WWE as a coach, agent, whatever. That's what I think is truly happening. What I really, really want, if there was ever a time that I really want shenanigans in a match, it's this time. It is this time. I want AJ to win. I want AJ to win. And I want AJ, whether it's shenanigans, however WWE does it, I want AJ to properly retire later in the year. But what I want is probably not what I'm going to get. So the truth is, I'm going to be very sad with this match. Because the way I think it's going down is Gunther will put him to sleep. AJ ain't giving up, but he'll be put to sleep. And then the next victim for Gunther will probably be Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in terms of retirement. But in my heart, they got to figure out a way for AJ to win. I don't give a fuck how they do it. I don't care what kind of shenanigans you do. I don't care if it's a double count out. I don't care if it's a DQ. I don't care if Evil shows up and somehow, for some reason, helps AJ Styles. I don't know. But they got to do something here. They have to do something here with AJ winning. It's probably not happening. I have to face the reality that AJ is probably gone from WWE. And I am going to, don't get me started on how pissed off I'll be if AJ shows up in AEW. AJ going to TNA and retiring is fine. AJ going to AEW, for as much as I've been enjoying the AEW product in the last 3 months, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see AJ Styles in AEW. It's just not, it's not what I want to see. He has history with the people there. He doesn't have history with the brand. He's been publicly talking about it for the last year that he's going to be retiring in 2026. If this is the same shit that Adam Copeland pulled, where he's going to retire and then he goes to AEW, I'm going to be fucking mad. All right? I'm going to be fucking mad. Now, if AJ loses to Gunther and he shows up in TNA, returns to WWE as a coach, agent, like he said he wanted to do, I can be very, very happy with that. TNA has history with AJ. TNA is a company that would genuinely benefit from AJ being on TV. AEW does not need AJ Styles. I've seen some people on Twitter be like, well, WWE is getting Powerhouse Hobbs. It's kind of like a cool trade. No, it's not a trade. And stop looking at it like a trade, because it's not. And AEW just got Tommaso Ciampa. If AEW wants to sign everybody from WWE and everybody from TNA, then you got to start using everybody you're signing. I don't think TNA or AEW or WWE should be doing that. None of the companies. So what I want and what I'm going to get probably isn't happening. Gunther is probably going to beat AJ Styles. And sayonara. Deuces. Peace out. That's a possibility. There's no way for me to know, but I feel like that's definitely going to happen. The problem with that is I really desperately need WWE to do what I want. I really do. And there's a lot of ways, there's a lot of ways for AJ to win, to beat Gunther. So just kind of keep that in mind. With that being said, I am picking Gunther, and I'm so sad about it. Please don't. Please don't retire AJ. That's like my favorite guy, dude. How many of you guys know? When every kid grows up, they have like this bullshit role play backyard wrestling type of promotion. I had one of those with my little makeshift WWE Tag Team Championship belt. You know what my name was? Back when I was like 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. My name was TG Styles. Huh. Wonder where I got that from. So that kind of explains my fandom for AJ. So yeah, a little sad. A little sad if he loses. But I am picking Gunther. I don't want to. I don't want to. Then we have the Women's Rumble. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one, my friends. The The Women's Rumble, I think people are sleeping on it. By the way, whoever sits here and says that the Rumbles don't have a big build, screw you. The Rumble doesn't need a build. You're supposed to be surprised. You shouldn't know who's entering the match. In fact, I actually hate that WWE tells us ahead of time who's even in the match, because that shit is so annoying. Just people need to come out, enter the ring. Let's get on with the show. You know what I mean? The Women's Rumble, 30 women. We're going to have some surprises. And I like some of the surprises that I'm predicting. And you guys may agree, you guys may disagree, and that's completely fine. But you guys can let me know in the chat what you think of my surprises. For the Women's Rumble, I am predicting that Paige, aka Saraya, returns to the company and returns for the Royal Rumble. I am also predicting Brie Bella will be in the Women's Rumble. We know Nikki Bella is there. We know that Nikki Bella has traveled to Saudi Arabia. I'm predicting that Brie Bella and Nikki Bella do twin magic, and that will start something for Brie and Nikki. I also predicted Li Ying Lee from TNA to be on the show in the Royal Rumble. She is a former WWE superstar. She's a TNA champion. Got to have the inclusion of TNA. I like it. The other surprise that I have for the Women's Royal Rumble is Indy Hartwell. No stranger to the WWE universe. Also part of TNA. I like the idea of having some TNA people there, because I think for WWE, having that partnership with TNA, you kind of want to highlight their people a little bit. They've benefited. WWE has also benefited greatly from TNA and their partnership. So Indy Hartwell makes a lot of sense to be a surprise. Lita would be kind of cool. I don't know. This is just like me throwing that out in the, wide open, but Lita's a WWE legend. Her coming back for the Royal Rumble could be pretty cool. Obviously, no stranger. But the Women's Royal Rumble is actually kind of fun, because my winner is also a surprise. And that is the return of Bianca Belair. I am predicting Bianca Belair returns at number 30 and wins the Royal Rumble. And my God, that would be a great idea for WWE. Bianca versus Jade Cargill. I think that's the route they go. I think Bianca returns at the Royal Rumble. She'll get a massive pop. It'll be a very big deal. She wins the Royal Rumble, challenges Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. That's what I'm predicting. I think Bianca Belair will win the Royal Rumble and challenge her. How many more times do I have to say that, chat? How many more times? Oh, I got to fix the focus. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I really do. Bianca Belair will return at number 30 and win the WWE Women's Royal Rumble. She will challenge Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. This leaves the World Women's Championship wide open for the Elimination Chamber. You could have Liv Morgan win that, or Roxanne, or whatever you want to do there. But I think the idea is actually very clear. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Bianca wins the Royal Rumble. Is there anybody that disagrees with that? Is there anybody that disagrees with that? Because I think that's a very solid, very solid, very, very solid prediction. Very realistic. Myra dropping a $4.99 super chat. I agree. Bianca should win if she does in fact return. The thing is, you could do so much good stuff here with Bianca returning and going after Jade. we cannot forget about Naomi and Jade and Bianca having one of the most incredible stories, bro. It was very good storytelling. So I like the idea of this. And Bianca is such a great talent. And she is so, dude, she's so over. I just think you get a really good reaction. I think people would be very happy here. I think people would be very, very pleased with this. I swear, I really do. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think we all know it should go down that way. Shout out to Myra for the $4.99 super chat. Mike in the channel, he's our mod. Shout out to him for all of his great moderator work. He says, I want Raquel. Dog. Raquel has been killing it. She took that Kevin Nash advice and ran with it. She's doing great things. A perfect candidate to win the Elimination Chamber. I'm good with that for sure. Yeah, man. I'm good with it. We got some people in chat saying live. Nah. You could have Liv win the chamber. You could do that. I don't need Liv being world champion or winning the Royal Rumble. Billy TKO says Liv for sure, but then Raquel wins the title on Raw. Oh, could be interesting. Really could be interesting. Jada Parker should be in the Rumble. She probably will be. We're going to definitely get NXT talent in the Women's Royal Rumble for sure. For sure, we're getting women's, like, NXT talent for sure. Lola Vice will probably be in the Rumble. Jada Parker, Tatum Paxley. Like, you could do stuff like that all day and it'll be fine. But as far as winning the Royal Rumble for the women, no. Then we got the Men's Royal Rumble. Wow. The Men's Royal Rumble. What do you guys think I got for that? Well, my surprises. Maybe you guys follow me and you pay attention to what I do. So, and I know I've seen a couple people copy my tweet, and that's okay. Word for word, by the way, they've copied my tweet. But if you follow me on Twitter, you know my predictions for the Men's Royal Rumble. Surprises for the Men's Royal Rumble. Mr. Iguana from AAA. Yep. Fully expecting Mr. Iguana. It's going to be a fun little comedy spot. We're going to have Layeska get eliminated. Mr. Iguana is going to be funny as hell. It's going to be great. We got Mr. Iguana as a surprise entrant. I think we have Mike Santana from TNA. He's the world champion. Again, kind of the same thing as Li Ying Lee. They should do this. It's a great idea. We get the official debut of Royce Keys. Royce Keys, obviously known as, well, actually, it's not obvious because he hasn't debuted yet, but that's apparently the name for Powerhouse Hobbs. So Royce Keys makes his debut. Can't wait to see that. Chris Jericho, I do believe, is returning at number 30. Not winning the Royal Rumble. Not winning the Royal Rumble, but Chris Jericho, I expect to be there at number 30. And I'm probably wrong on this last one, but I do think Evil debuting in the Royal Rumble is a good idea. Now, that brings us to who's going to win the Royal Rumble. I am a crazy bitch. Yeah. Yeah. I think LA Knight returns and wins the Royal Rumble. I have a weird feeling that WWE is going to do it. I have a very weird feeling. LA Knight versus CM Punk World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. I have a feeling. I could be wrong. I know Roman Reigns is the betting favorite. Roman versus Drew makes a lot of sense. I think it is LA Knight. I think it's LA Knight. I think it's LA Knight. I'm going to say it a million more times. I think it's LA Knight. How many times do I have to say? I genuinely think. Y'all think WWE Unreal is completely unscripted? No. Do I think they really wanted that scene with Triple H talking to LA Knight in there after Money in the Bank? Yes. I don't think they do things on accident. I think LA Knight wins. I really do. I don't know what it is. I think he returns. I think he wins. No reason why Sami Zayn should be losing the world championship and then wins the Royal Rumble. That's fucking idiotic booking. WWE would be stupid as fuck to sit there and have Sami lose the championship match and then enter the Rumble and win. No, 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 no. Myra dropping another $4.99. The men's Rumble has really stepped it up and earned closing the show, which more than likely it will. I know that's probably the case, but it should open the show. It should open the show. They probably won't do that. They probably won't do that. But now, if they're ending the night and you got LA Knight winning the match, that's a great way to end the Royal Rumble. No matter how you twist and turn, dude, they got something there. They really do. They really have something there with LA Knight closing the show. And I get it. They're in Saudi Arabia. Roman Reigns is a massive fan favorite. But who the fuck wants to watch Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble? Who the fuck wants to watch Cody win the Royal Rumble? What I want is LA Knight. I think LA Knight wins and returns and he does it, right? But you know what else is a very good chance of happening? Clip this right here. I want you guys to clip this because what is likely to happen? And Angle knows how WWE operates. So clip this right here, right now. And listen to me cleanly and fair. And just listen. I can't even fucking talk. Roman Reigns, LA Knight, those are all possibilities. But WWE is making such a big deal out of the Vision helping Braun Breaker. I don't think Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble. Why? Because I think Braun Breaker gets eliminated by who? Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins probably wins the Royal Rumble. But I don't think you need to have Seth Rollins win the Royal Rumble for that to happen, but I think that's what they'll do. Braun Breaker goes the distance. Seth Rollins eliminates Braun Breaker. That, I think, is 100% happening in the Royal Rumble. 100% happening. But do they give the win to Seth Rollins? You know it would be really fucking cool if LA Knight tossed out Seth Rollins to win. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker at WrestleMania, no title match. LA Knight, CM Punk, world title match. Roman Reigns enters the chamber, wins, challenges Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Give me the fucking books, WWE. I will make this shit so good. Oh, Seth is injured. By the way, shout out to Myra for the super chat. Seth is injured, guys. WWE didn't do a huge ass work for no reason, did they? Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Come on now. Karrion Kross just won the MLW title. He ain't coming back to WWE. If you want to do Roman versus Punk, you could. You could do Roman versus Punk and LA Knight versus Drew. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But there you have it, my friends. The Royal Rumble, it's unpredictable as ever. Who knows what's going to be happening here? Who knows? But what I do know is this. WWE can shock the world tonight. If they play it safe, I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. I really don't know if they play safe how I would feel about it. But we'll see what happens. We are definitely going to have surprises. We are definitely going to be in for an unpredictable show. I don't think it's as predictable as people think. This is the first time I will say in the Royal Rumble history, well, not in the Royal Rumble history, but in a while where I feel like they've made it unpredictable. Jey Uso winning last year basically made it unpredictable. So that's one way to look at it, bro. Myra coming through with a $9.99 super chat. You don't think they make it a triple threat? CM Punk, LA Knight versus Seth? Or is CM Punk Seth a future WrestleMania main event? Also, will we ever see Seth versus Roman, or is that a long gone possibility? Seth versus Roman definitely has to happen. I just don't think they do it at WrestleMania. I think Seth versus Roman happens at SummerSlam. SummerSlam, Gunther versus Brock, Seth versus Roman. Those matches would be insane. Those matches would be insane. Imagine if Naomi is back by SummerSlam, then you do Naomi, Jade, and Bianca triple threat. There's so many possibilities. I like the idea of Punk, LA Knight versus Seth too. But then do you make it a fatal four-way with Braun Breaker? I think you got to factor in Braun Breaker at some point too. But Braun Breaker is my guy to win the Money in the Bank. I've been saying that. So you guys want Dean Ambrose to return to WWE? Come on, man. Leave that alone. One thing too, I'll say, Myra. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania makes a lot of sense too. It really does. And if Seth were to take out Braun Breaker and win the Rumble, that's a big possibility. I wouldn't be against that, man. I'm geeked, bro. I'm so geeked for the Royal Rumble. I'm so geeked for the Royal Rumble. Thank you, Myra, for the super chats today. I think the Royal Rumble is going to be sick. I'm not going to lie. I really do. I have a lot of hope for it. I feel like this one is going to be a good one. So it would be nice if WWE really treats us here. You know what I'm saying? It'd be really nice. Who knows what they're going to do? But give us some good shit, WWE. Don't fuck around. You got to make me happy here. You know what I'm saying? Do we get a Roman versus Brock Lesnar? Roman versus Braun Breaker singles match. Not at Mania, not at SummerSlam, but we get one at some point. But there you have it, my friends. WWE Royal Rumble predictions. Show starts at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's in Saudi Arabia. Stage looks great. Card looks good. Chris Jericho enters at number 30. Royce Keys enters in at number 17. We'll see what happens. Very excited for the show, though. Very, very excited. Definitely going to have some wrestling news out as well. Shout out to this loser. Loser of the day goes to him. Meow, 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 meow. We're going to highlight all the losers. Mwah, ha, 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 ha. You have to be subscribed to comment in my chat, dude. Thank you. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, man. We're going to call it a stream. We got the predictions out. We'll see what happens. Wrestling news will be on the way. A lot of big things in the works. WWE got some big things today. Myra coming through with the buzzer beater super chat. $4.99. She says, last one. If Seth versus Punk and Seth wins, does Braun need Money in the Bank? What about Dominic Money in the Bank? Too many things to keep track of. We have a good problem on our hands, Myra. We have a really good problem on our hands. The problem that we have is that WWE has created so many potential stars to rise to the top, which is an amazing thing. The fact that the mid card is so healthy with talent, it's a beautiful sight. Does Braun need Money in the Bank? No. Does Braun winning Money in the Bank make the most sense? Yes. Especially going after Seth Rollins. If Seth became world champion again and Braun went after Seth, yes, Money in the Bank would be great. We have to see what the vision looks like, at that time. Because I don't know. I'm still up in the air about the vision. I don't know if the vision are... I like the group, but I don't know. Is it really working? Is it not working? We'll see. But in my opinion, the way that I'm looking at it is if Braun won Money in the Bank and went after Seth and the vision is still strong, there's a lot of good that could be done there. If the vision starts breaking up before Money in the Bank, which is very possible, I don't know. There's so much emphasis on the vision helping Braun Breaker win the Royal Rumble. I think Seth spoils that tonight. So I think that will be a catalyst for how the story progresses moving forward. Regarding Dominic Money in the Bank, he would be one of the best Money in the Bank briefcase holders in the world. Dominic would be the type of guy where he cashes in Money in the Bank literally by surprise. It'll get a massive, massive, massive reaction. So I would love that so much. But you are right. There is too many things to keep track of because there's so many different ways. Who predicted Jey Uso was winning the Royal Rumble last year? I don't recall seeing a single prediction for it. So the fact is WWE is at a stage right now where they can they can figure it out. They can figure it out long-term, short-term. Even if they wanted Roman Reigns to win tonight, man, you get Roman versus Punk. Imagine everybody's expecting Roman to go after Drew and then he chooses Punk. How do you not get excited about that? I think that's a freaking good... I think that's a good way to set up a WrestleMania program. That's why I can't even get mad at Roman winning, because it's not a sure thing that he goes after Drew. It's not even a sure thing that Drew goes to Mania as the champion. You never know. But if you're looking at building a WrestleMania card, you can literally have Roman versus Punk, Seth versus Braun Breaker, Bianca versus Jade, there's a lot of things they can do. Cody versus Jacob Fatu. Some sort of gimmick match. Bro, you could have Jacob Fatu in the Royal Rumble and shock the world. There is so much they can do. I love it. The thing about matches like this, there's 2 match types. 3. The Casino Gauntlet match that AEW does, the WWE Royal Rumble, and the Money in the Bank. Those are the 3 match types where I feel like, for the most part, you can kind of go any route that you want and it will figure its way out. Something to think about. Myra dropping another super chat. Drew should go to WrestleMania champ, though. He's been through the ringer. I agree. I agree 100%. I think Drew should go to should go to WrestleMania as champion. I actually think whoever fights Drew for the belt shouldn't even beat Drew for the belt. I would like to see him actually with a pretty lengthy reign. And then we talk about the mid card. Ilya Dragunov. Oh, imagine that. But that's the beauty. There's a lot of things they can do. There is a lot of things they can do. I love it. Thank you, Myra, for all those super chats. You actually single-handedly hit our goal, so I do appreciate that. Oh my God, the idea of Finn Balor and the Judgment Day breaking up. Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble begins at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a beautiful day to be a wrestling fan. Make sure you tune in and watch it. Thank you to everybody tuning in on X. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. I appreciate you all. And I will see you guys next time. NordVPN.com/Ango. If you don't know, now you know. Okay? Peace.